Hi folks, this is Jason Moore here with MTGOacademy.com, and I'd like to welcome you to the latest installment of Dime a Dozen. Gearseeker Serpent is a card, much like the vehicles, that has been largely overlooked. A card from the Kaladesh set that really, outside of affinity decks and mostly as like a one-of, hasn't really seen play. So I want to try and unlock the secrets of why that is, and hopefully demonstrate that this card can do something and that it's worthy of your attention and your consideration and your deck building expertise. So basically I decided to pair it with another artifact lover, Bleak Coven Vampires, and go for a blue-black Gearseeker Serpent strategy. And the reason I went with blue-black is I've tried blue-red already, got some Galvanic Blasts, more of a straight control deck, and I wanted to try another color combo. Blue-black has some very intuitive interactions going for it that actually assist with our Gearseeker Serpent plan, which is to, get this card out quickly, potentially protect it, and overwhelm the opponent with a strong board position, with some attrition elements, and generally just get really mid-rangey or tap out control-y against them. A little bit of disruption as well. So Trinket Mage is the other part of that equation. Trinket Mage fetches up not only Executioner's Capsule, which is a reasonable removal spell, but also Nihil Spellbomb, a graveyard hate card. And, even against decks that don't have a lot of graveyard synergies going on, we can still just cycle this off and keep our game going, keep the card flow moving. So it's really a deck built around these three pieces. Now, you'll notice in the first round, I'm actually playing a slightly altered list. There's a third Trinket Mage as well as a copy of Flare Husk, and that actually replaced the two Dreamstalkers that are currently in the deck. So for round 2 and 3, the list you're seeing is exactly what we played, and in round 1, there's no Dreamstalkers. There's just a Flare Husk and a third Trinket Mage in its spot. But that was just not high impact enough. So now we're playing these guys, and these guys do a lot for us. They bounce our Wellsprings and Prisms, which help bolster our artifact count. They bounce any of our other creatures, so we can get an additional Seagate Oracle Sleight of Hand trigger going. We can get more little trinkets, and we can do more life drain with the Bleak Coven Vampires. So a lot of synergies there. We can also bounce the Mortuary Mire, which is a little one-of. We're pairing with our one-of Dimir Aqueduct. The rest of the land base is just the other duels, the Guild Gates, the Backwaters, and then a bunch of artifact lands. So we end up with a pretty high artifact count, I think 22. We've got the 12 artifact lands, the 8 rocks, and then the 2 Trinket Mage targets. So yeah, 22 artifacts. Everything else is just disruption. So I have 2 copies of Duress. There's actually no counter magic in the deck, but these Duresses will proactively go after cards that we would otherwise want to counter, and they can go after opposing counter spells and give us a whole bunch of information. Then we have a range of just spot removal spells. We've got 2 Disfigures, a Tragic Slip as our 1 mana suite, as well as the Executioner's Capsule. Then we've got 3 copies of Chainer's Edict and a Doomblade. So, to top things all off, also we have the Thoughtcast to help us get superior card advantage at a very cheap price. This card often is just costing us blue. Sometimes it's a divination. That's pretty rare. You're usually spending colorless blue, and most often blue. And then at the very, very top, Reaping the Graves can draw us 3 of our best creatures out of the graveyard, maybe even more. It's a real great way to trump permission decks and just Storm, as much as it's been banned and restricted and nerfed and neutered in this format, there's still storm cards out there that can do a hell of a lot of damage, and this just raises hell against control decks. So that's basically what the deck is. Not the most focused thing, but there are a lot of just simple, intuitive synergies that work well together, and then it uses its mana very well. So you can easily just cycle through the deck with the prisms, the wellsprings, the oracles, and then get up to your top end at 5. Alright, so let's look at the sideboard. 3 copies of Hydroblast, Burn, Red Deck Wins, Goblins, Affinity, Nivix Cyclops, and a number of other things this can come in against. I mean, 1 mana instant speed answer to a Tog is pretty rare and something we're really interested in doing. Deadweight for more aggressive decks. Any creature strategies where we really want to make board control our number 1 plan in stage 1. Copy of Duress, 3rd copy to disrupt those more controlling decks. I mean, there's a lot of cards we might be interested in taking out of their hands with this. Counter spells, big time end game spells and stuff. So yeah, just look for keep your eye out for things that you might want to pick out of their hand proactively. Another Executioner's Capsule, we can replace the Spell Bomb with this and take out creature decks. And another Spell Bomb, the inverse is true. We can use this for the graveyard decks. We have 1 copy of Shrivel as one of our sweepers, split up with 2 Evankar's Justice. Both can be very useful at different times. I think Justice overall is the better card, but you might need an earlier sweeper for Elves, Goblins, Hexproof. So that's there for those. We have Spreading Seas, can take on Tron, Hexproof, Burn. It's a fairly versatile disruption spell that also cycles, which is exactly what we want. You can also bounce it with Dreamstalker. Stormbound Geist, you can also bounce with Dreamstalker when he has a +1/+1 counter. You can bounce him and replay him, so you've got a fresh Stormbound Geist ready to rock. And this is to help us fight off flyers, but it's also against removal-heavy control decks. It's just a 2-for-1 card, a pretty vicious threat in the air that might give them fits. And the Reaping the Graves 2nd copy will also give them fix. I already talked about this card enough, so you've heard enough, and it's time to battle here with blue-black Gearseeker. Hey guys, welcome to a round of Classic Pauper here in the 2-man queues. We have won the die roll, so we are going to play first. And we have no lands, so we're going to send this one back to the nether regions and hopefully get something better. This is only okay because of the prism, really, so I think we'll keep it. We do get to scry, which I like, and we have to keep in mind that we're almost positively playing Prophetic Prism on turn 2, so that's going to influence our scry. I mean, we can obviously interact with the creature deck. If we find a land, we can oracle into our future draws. I mean, we've got a lot of artifacts in hand, so that's going to set up a lot of our plays, but looks like we're waiting on our opponent to mulligan. They keep 7, and I don't think I'm going to keep this 3-drop because we do need lands, and if we don't find them, we're not going to be able to cast the 3-drop, so it just makes it harder for us to actually get to our 3rd land there. Kabira Crossroads. So this could be Azorius Kitty. It's really hard to say. I had the option of playing the Prism out, but I think I'm going to go with the Backwater first, so I have a guaranteed 3-drop, or I have Prism into Duress or whatever. This could be Boros Kitty. It could be Mono White. Looks like it's Boros Kitty. So this will be a really interesting match here. I think we're just going to go with the Seagate Oracle. It blocks the ground. It's going to eat a removal spell, and it's going to find us our future draws. So between the Vampires and the Prism, I'm going to take the Vampires. We already have a Prism, and we really just need the Prism and the Seagate Oracle to get us into more lands, and we'll be able to cast these bad boys. So this guy's probably eating like a Bolt or something, and we may also see a Skyfisher or a Prophetic Prism out of the opponent. Now the problem with this matchup, there's a few. He's going to have a lot of flyers that are going to go over all of our ground guys. He's also going to have better utility out of his prisms and his well springs, because currently we don't actually have anything we can do with them once they resolve. It's more of a way to ensure our metalcraft and our affinity. So could be just a clear design flaw in the deck, and if this doesn't go well, I'm more than willing to make adjustments in between rounds and give us a little bit better of a setup if it turns out to be too suboptimal. I probably did not mention this at this point, but I have only run this deck in one match. It was against Blue-Black Teachings, and it did very well. It just overwhelmed with threats. The duresses worked just the way we want them to, taking out a key piece of permission or something like a capsize from the Teachings player. We have Reaping the Graves. After board, we have more Reaping the Graves. We have Stormbound Geist. We have Edicts for their Gurmag Anglers. I mean, it was really just a case of completely overwhelming the opponent's answers. I'm going to make sure I have my connection set up here. All right, we're good. He was just figuring out his sequencing there. And really just overwhelming their answers. We did lose game 2. I think we do want to do whatever we can to hit that land drop. So I think the Seagate Oracle gives us the best chance. I don't think the Duress, I mean, he's probably got 3 different Bolt Galvanic Blast variations, so just taking one right now is probably not going to do all that much. We did end up losing game 2, even though we were in a pretty strong position against the opponent. He hit a crazy string of draws. I think I'll take the Serpent. We are falling behind here. We're closer to a land now, and we're kind of getting our hands set up for some of these bigger plays, but we really do need the lands. He hit this crazy sequence where, like, he cast Teachings. He needed an answer to the board. We had multiple creatures. He actually cast Teachings for his second AK. The second AK, or sorry, he needed to get a counterspell because I had gotten 3 vampires with my Reaping the Graves. And instead of casting Teachings for counterspell, he cast it for a second accumulated knowledge. Drew 2 cards blindly off the AK. One of them was the counterspell for the vampires, and the other one was a third AK. So it completely not only saved him, but just swung the game in his favor in a huge way, which I'm sure you can imagine how that would work. He drew 3 additional cards after that. So that was our game 2 loss, but then game 3 on the play, I mean, just a lot of pressure. You'll notice in these games, at least from what I can tell, we're able to tap out and use our mana very efficiently. We see new cards very frequently between the Prisms and the Wellsprings and the Oracles and the Thought Casts. So while our opponent is taking quite a bit of time here, and this is not going to be a short match, we're going to be able to kind of run a little bit more thoroughly. Just by using our mana in an efficient way. So he's probably... Oh, he's actually hitting me. So he did that so he wouldn't discard. So he just shocked me for 2. Okay. And we do have a land here. So if I play Prism, that's 4 artifacts. And Serpent actually costs 3 at that point. So I think we'll Prism first, and we can either Duress or play Executioner's Capsule, and we can't activate it this turn. So we can Duress and play the Capsule. I just want to draw the card first just to see what's happening. Give us the most information. So now that I know what's in our hand, I will cast the Duress and see what we can take from the opponent. And this gets really weird because we actually... Ooh, I want to take the Kuldotha Rebirth. So he's actually got 4 lands. If I go to type in the stuff in the chat, it's going to ruin this whole thing. So the Purge is going to deal with our Serpent or our Vampires, but the Kuldotha Rebirth... I guess we're actually okay with the Kuldotha Rebirth because we have these 1/3s on the ground. So I think I'm actually going to take the Angelic Purge, leave him with Galvanic Blast, Rebirth, 2 Furnaces, and 2 Fountains. And I will play my Executioner's Capsule and pass. I won't attack into a board that will kill my stuff. So what did we say? We said Galv, we said Rebirth, we said 2 Furnace, and 2 Fountain. And there it is. Okay, so we're doing okay here. This is going to stop one of his few answers to the Gearseeker Serpent and the Bleak Coven Vampire. Well, he's going to have a lot of bolts and stuff, actually. And we're very close to casting the Serpent, so I'm definitely a fan of that. I mean, he's going to have journeys and stuff too, but let's try and hit him before he actually finds anything useful. He's a little flooded, so we have 5 artifacts, so we can just hard cast the Serpent, but I'll do the Prism too, maybe. I mean, maybe I'll just leave up the Capsule. Yeah, we might as well leave up the Capsule activation. This guy just costs blue. And yeah, we'll pass like that. We'll kill his Glinthawk afterwards, I believe. I'm fine just leaving the Seagate. And he played an Ancient Den, so I know exactly what's in his hand. Because he did not play one of the lands that we saw with the Duress. So we know his 6-card hand basically exactly. He does not yet have Metalcraft, so it's going to be very hard for him to... and we could have just attacked into both of this, but that gives him the Galv Blast to kill the Oracles. I mean, there's just really not a lot of benefit. Okay, so we know his hand except for 1 card now. And now we know what that is, which is a Core Skyfisher. That is what I'm going to target down with the... He's going to replay his guy. So now he does have Metalcraft, so he can trade the Glinthawk and the Galv Blast for... Oh, he's going to attack with the Glinthawk. Okay, so I guess I'm okay with that. Especially if we draw an untapped land next turn. Then we have the Bleak Coven Vampires, and things get really messy. So we'll go ahead and snipe away the Skyfisher with the Capsule. Bada bing, bada boom. We're going to send in the Gearseeker Serpent. Let's at least draw a card. See what we find. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting to find anything, but just in case. So now we'll attack, we'll play the Prism. We basically know his hand. It's Furnace, Galv Blast, 2 Fountains, and Rebirth. So we actually know his hand almost perfectly. He chooses just to chump block. I don't actually think that's a good play. And we'll just kind of set up further here. So we have Vampires next turn. If he's going to Galv Blast... Okay, he's investigating. Or sacrificing the artifact that he investigated with, I guess we should say. But his board position's really bad. I mean, he is going to cast Cold Oath of Rebirth. But eventually... Ooh, we found a journey, so never mind. His board position's pretty good. We do have the Vampires coming down. Galv Blast will claim it, but... we're going to make that play regardless. He's just not using the Rebirth. A very interesting decision. He probably will after Vampires comes down, even if he Galv Blasts it. Just have to wait and see. So his hand, Galv Blast, Rebirth, 2 Fountains, 1 Unknown. Okay. The game has played out in an interesting way where he's actually played a number of his new cards like the Skyfisher and the Journey and the Ancient Den, which has allowed us to have nearly perfect information. As regards to his hand, I actually am becoming less and less convinced that our opponent will be able to make it through this match without timing out, but you know, we'll have to just wait and see. Once we start hitting thought casts, I have a feeling we can really ramp up and ratchet ahead. We are already seeing more cards, but that's only because he's drawing a lot of lands. We're starting to kind of fill up with lands as well, but it's just one of those things. I'm pretty sure we have Metalcraft here. We have double Metalcraft. And that's not to say that I think the matchup is good. Again, they have all these flyers that go literally over the top of our guys. They have a lot of removal that interacts with even our biggest creatures, as you can see, and then they have better utility out of their Wellsprings and their Prisms. I think he's actually not even going to run the Rebirth. Oh, maybe he will now. I mean, he could have used it a long time ago also, but I think he's just waiting for the ultimate value. So he's got another Fountain, a Rebirth. Okay, he's got another Fountain and 2 unknowns. So now we can draw 2. We're going to leave these guys back defensively. Rah. And we have another Vampires, so I think we're just going to use it. And see if he found one of his other 2 cards as an answer to it. It's a little hard to say. I will not attack. The next turn we have a decent attack if we use the Chainer's Edict and he sacks 1 token, doesn't have any other blockers up. We also can Tragic Slip the Glint Hawk at that point. No blocks because I can't. Alright, another Skyfisher it looks like. Oh, another Journey. Okay. Well, we may just end up making this play anyway. So we don't know anything about his hand now. I'm going to draw a card first. And then we'll start making some moves. Do I want to Duress? I can't really see a reason to hold it. At least we get some info and maybe... I mean, it's going to force it... Oh, okay. Ancient Den and Great Furnace. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make this play then. We'll get his board down one way or the other. I think Thought Casts may be the key to victory here. We kind of need him to whiff on Skyfishers for a minute, or Glint Hawks, and then we should be able to get some work done. We can flashback the Edict if we want. Oh, never mind. So this is going to be a way for him to win the game. If he can get enough traction with these plays before we can get our Thought Casts, our other Gearseekers, our Reaping the Graves. Okay, see, this is really going to hurt. Because our direct spot removal is that targets Skyfisher is kind of leaving us. We have 1 Doomblade left, and that's about it. So for us to be able to pull that off is going to be very tough. I'm just going to start whittling away at his guys, and I'm not going to use this Aqueduct because I actually want it for... you know what? I think I am going to use it. I do want it for Mortuary Mire, but we don't have that much in the graveyard, and we really need to be able to use Chainer's Edict and cast it with Flashback as quickly as possible. So I think I'll play it, but I'm just not positive that that's the best move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we actually will be able to play it to do it both next turn. So we at least get 1 Skyfisher if he doesn't have anything else. Okay, hope that whiffs. Hope that one whiffs. Hope that whiffed. It did. Okay. So at least we get a Skyfisher out of the deal. We're not in a horrible position at the moment, but it is literally going to be a top deck war at this point. So we'll see how everything goes with that. So playing the Aqueduct was correct, just so that we could whittle his board down that much. And we'll see how things progress from here. Ooh, he's got the Mortuary Mire. This is going to be real deadly because the Skyfisher bounces the Mortuary Mire, so he's going to be able to keep that going. He's going to get all his Skyfishers back. Very dangerous stuff here, and we are starting to flood out. So this is not looking very good at all. It's looking like we're going to lose this game. But we'll see. We still have some draws. I mean, we can chain some Thought Casts together and maybe make something happen. I'm going to F6. He's going to get the Mire. And now he didn't bounce the Mire. I think that's a mistake. I don't think the blind card off the top is better than a guaranteed Skyfisher. But fortunately for us, he made that call, and now we might have a chance. Probably don't, but... So, there's one thought cast. Let's get it going. Draw 2 cards for blue is very powerful. And it does find us a spell bomb. I'm going to go ahead and use it right here because I can't really see him having any graveyard effects that we care about. So I'm just going to use this to cycle at the moment. We're going to take that out of our deck in game 2, and that is a pretty strong draw as well. We can play both of these. So let's just do it. We don't need to hide anything. Actually, you know what? We can attack into this to get that extra point of damage through. He didn't even block, so yeah. Sometimes you can just get little bits of little percentage points out of somebody like that. But I was really only intending to get the 1 point through. And this Gearseeker might change the game if he doesn't have another journey, so we can make it unblockable at our leisure. So that should be pretty sweet, but we'll see. He is at 10, so he's just going to bolt the vampires, and that may end up costing him because the Gearseeker might end up being his undoing, depending if he's already got the journey or whatever, or the purge, or yeah, he's got something. So that's why he did that. He already had the removal spell. Maybe not. We'll see. We're kind of equal through our decks. I mean, he should sacrifice the clue token. I always want to call it a clue stone. I don't know why. Yeah, he should have done that first. And now, okay. I'm just hoping he just never finds an answer to this, because this gets him in 2 turns. Ooh, not so much anymore. I still have to try and race him with that because we're really in a spot here. A tough spot. Okay, I have no blocks. Okay, that's an okay draw. I can get a Flare Husk with that. So, I mean, maybe that's good. So I've never activated this before. This is a first for me. And we'll go ahead and send him in. This is a race for the ages. And I think, yeah, the only thing we can really get is the Flare Husk. We've used up the capsule and the spell bomb, so the Flare Husk is the next best thing. It doesn't change the clock in terms of equipping the Gearseeker, so we won't do that. But we may just run away with this here. Now it will change the clock. Now we will equip because he's at 11. And attacking for 12 with the Gearseeker can get it done. The problem is we will lose to a lightning bolt. Okay, was that rebirth? Okay, that doesn't actually change anything, I don't think. It might. We're going to 7, basically. Jesus. Alright, so he might actually just get us with dudes. Yeah, that turn was insane for him. I mean, he added 5 creatures to the board. He saw, like, maybe 4 more cards. Oh, jeez. Wow. So we just got wrecked. We got wrecked here. What a crazy turn for him. And this is why I didn't think the matchup was going to be too great for us. Yikes. Ugly. We need Stormbound Geist. We just need everything. Good lord. Look at this. That's 7 creatures. What a sequence of draws, man. Outrageous. He has lethal just in the air now. Holy hell. I could draw vampires. Would that even do it? Would that even do it? I don't know. We go up to 11. now I go up to 8, which doesn't do anything. I'm just going to hope he skips his attack step like I usually do in these type of situations. It doesn't ever work, but can't fault me for trying, right? Hopefully he can't do math either. If he skips his attack, he is finished, so always fight till the end, fellas. Now, I clicked on this guy, but he didn't seem to move. Why is it pointed at me? That's a weird thing to see happen or have happen. Okay, anyway. Yeah, let's go up to 8. And, you know, he might mess up. He's made some mistakes, so. And I'm not going to draw it out. If he can pull it off, he can pull it off. Okay, he pulled it off. I will concede then. Actually, I'll just block because good practice to make healthy blocks, but also it's going to possibly take some more time off the clock for him. And I think one of the ways we might win if we don't just get wrecked in game 2 is that he'll time out. But he's already F6, so he figured it out. He is victor and he is victorious. Okay, so we don't want Spellbomb. He's not really doing anything with that graveyard. We may want to cut some number of 3-drops because we are going to be adding in Stormbound Geist. All of this removal looks pretty good. Duress, I don't think we want. We want to control his board. Evankar's Justice locks out most of his creatures aside from Core Skyfisher. It actually locks out everything else. So that seems pretty powerful. I think Geist seems good. By cutting out the Spellbomb, we don't need as many Trinket Mages. I don't even think we actually need the Flare Husk either, so we might just lose the Mages. They are good on the ground against his ground attackers, but I think Evankar's Justice is just going to be stronger. I think Reaping the Grave is going to be pretty good here. And then it's a matter of, do we want Capsules? Do we want Shrivels? I don't think we want Shrivel. It only hits the Rebirth. I think we want Capsule. I think we want probably Deadweight too. Just a lot of cheap interaction there. We need to retain our artifacts. We're going to be on the play, so I don't actually want to cut. Maybe we don't want the second Reaping the Graves. So if I don't play that, I get either a Trinket Mage or a Hydroblast. I think the Reaping the Grave is going to be more high impact on average. So I think this is what we want. I mean, Flare Husk does get some of our guys out of range of. This gets out of bolt range, but still dies to Galv Blast. I think we leave it like this. That Evankar's Justice could be a factor. We're basically accepting that the game's probably going to be slow. So the most powerful late game type stuff we can do is probably where we want to be. And it's also debatable whether we want to be on the play. I actually should have thought about that. But it's so common that we do end up on the play that it didn't even cross my mind. But I think this might be one of those matchups that you actually do potentially want to draw. And as it turns out, no lands again. And okay, this is how it's going to be. We're just going to be landless, I guess. Let's try and mulligan again. And we actually found something, so we'll keep on 5. Not a great 5. We do already have removal here, but probably doesn't hurt to have another one. I think I'm actually going to bottom it, though, because we kind of need more. We need more velocity, and we need to recoup the cards we lost. Now, Chainer's Edict eventually will replace itself with the flashback, but that's a long ways away. So I think I'm going to chill off of that. And he's just going right for the kill here. Very aggressive start. I think I am going to Aqueduct. We have nothing else going on, and it will help us get to our other stuff faster, to our other plays. So I'll just Aqueduct now. So we did set him back a bit, and he actually has nothing. So that's good. I'm gonna play the Capsule. You know, there's a chance he's got some disenchants and stuff, but we really want to just use the mana. So he set himself back, I would say unnecessarily. That was actually kind of weird because, for one, it looks like he's flooded. Someone cycling Secluded Step off one land probably has a lot of lands in hand. So if you are in that situation, you don't want to be setting yourself back. And then, last game, he didn't cast Kuldotha Rebirth for several turns because he wanted to get value out of it. This time, I mean, Glinhawk is kind of the same concept. So anyway, we have just 2 artifacts, which makes this cost 5, and I don't yet have 5 mana. So, I guess we're going to wait. He's almost certainly got a removal spell for it. I'm not going to use the Capsule on the Lone Missionary yet. It's not, especially not when we can Justice for more value maybe, or we can Capsule. Ooh, that's going to make me want to probably do something about this guy. If this takes up his whole turn, maybe I'll do it, but the only thing is we need the Capsule for it to get this online. So I guess we're taking 4 damage. We really need to find some card draw too, gentlemen. Okay. He's got the Journey, there's no way he doesn't have it, but we're going to make him have it. Can I do this? It's going to be 3, which makes this cost 4 mana total. Actually, I don't think I can do it with 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have to. I don't think we're actually online with this yet. Three artifacts. So this costs, yeah, it costs too damn much. That's how much it costs. I'm not going to do anything else yet. I'm going to try and draw him into this Justice plan. See if it works. Yeah, I'll just take it. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're just too far away from buyback at the moment. Okay, he's going to replay it. So I will kill the Skyfisher now. Yes. Does he have another land drop? No, he does not. Okay, well, that's something. So this is going to take an artifact away, but we still have 1, 2, 3 of them. So I don't think we can do both. I think I'll just Seagate Oracle for now. I mean, he's definitely got the Journey, so it's kind of like, what are we even doing? I'll take the Edict over the land, and I guess I'll just use it at this point, because he's undoubtedly killing our guy, and then we're going down to 10, which really puts us in burn range, so if we got the removal, might as well just use it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we are 1 land away from Justice with buyback, or flashing back Chainer's Edict, so that's good. I think I like how that turn ended up. And we do have Metalcraft. And what's going on? Sure. So I'm hoping for that untapped land, basically. Okay, he bounced the Bone Splitter. Come on, play some more guys. Wow, didn't do anything. Didn't even equip, so... Wait, is Angelic Purge an instant? I thought it was a sorcery. So I think we can do this. That's 4 artifacts. Yeah, we should be fine. Let's draw a card. How about a Disfigure? Just curves perfectly? No. Alright, so I guess we'll just run this. 1, 2, 3. We are going to take another 4 damage, because I do want the buyback. It is really bad for us because, I mean, 3 Galvblast, oh, Pyroblast, okay. 3 Galvblast does it, a lot of things does it. Okay, not equipping. Lucky us. We're still going to 10 because of the Justice anyway. Maybe he just forgot. Yeah, it seems like he just forgot. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I actually need to leave the Thought Cast behind. Yeah, we're just going to hope that he doesn't have 3 burn spells. I mean, it looks like he does. Actually, what else could he have? But I have no answer. So I could try and Thought Cast into a Vampire. Maybe that's preferred, but it does look like he just has the burn for us, so I think it's over. Pretty sure it's over. He's just doing math that... Oh, he's bolting my Oracle, and he... Okay, so maybe he doesn't have the burn. Alright, maybe we're in this game. Maybe we have him locked out. Because what else could he be holding? Obviously more Pyroblast, so we'll just give him this, I guess. Or not. I don't know what he's doing. And we're just drawing all the lands in America, and he doesn't seem to have anything to respond, so that's good. And we drew, I think, like 4 or 5 lands there. Maybe he's just holding the lands at this point. Yep. Holy hell. Well, we're definitely not just casting Evankar's Justice. I mean, he can just draw into the burn at some point also. That could also happen, so we really need Vamps. Okay, we have the Chainer's Edict, so hopefully he doesn't find other creatures, but maybe he's been waiting. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. And but when I say he's been waiting, I mean waiting to cast the Core Skyfisher because he knows about the Justice, but that might not be true. We also get to cast Seagate Oracle, but I want to make sure this works. Now he may just Pyroblast it. We'll have to see. Do want to find more draw or vampires. Those are the priorities, and we find lands. Oh. I don't think those really qualify as vampires or more draw. Okay, he's got those cycling lands. Does he have any creatures? Ooh, good draw. Okay, so I think we're actually safe here. Looks like we might actually run away with this game despite the fact that we mulligan to 5 life. Now, he can definitely come back. He's at a very high life total, and we saw what his deck can do in 1 turn. It can dump like close to 10 creatures in a turn just by the sequence of draws. And this starts the chain. However, we do have the Evankar's Justice to sweep away a board like this, so we'll see how far he wants to take this. And Vampires is just what the doctor ordered. Now, if I draw a second one, can I do both the buyback and the Vampires? This is 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes, I can. 7 plus 5 is 12. Yeah. Okay, just checking. So he O-rings the Vampires. And now what? Ooh, that's good too. So let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I win. So he just concedes early because he's running out of time. Not a lot to really reconsider. The Justice did kind of lock him out there. And I think that's about all we can hope for. I mean, we've got all the answers to flyers that our deck can possibly carry besides, 1/1s, but he doesn't have those. So yeah, I mean, we could bring in some Hydros, but I'm not really into that. So let's do it. I mean, the best thing Hydroblast can hit is either Kuldotha Rebirth, we can definitely keep this, Kuldotha Rebirth, or Pyroblast, and everything else is kind of just mediocre. Using it to counter a Bolt most of the time is not really a high impact play. He's got nothing to do on turn 2, so yeah, kiss my grits, man. He's going to have to kick rocks because we got stuff to do all day long. Now, he may have a Pyroblast for the Oracle, but I'm still going to play it, I think. Yeah, I think he's kept some very land-heavy hands. Actually, you know what? Our land sequencing to get a vampires is going to be off if we play the Oracle, but I don't want to just get bashed by Missionary all day, so I am going to play the Oracle, I think. And we'll just be a little behind on the rest of things. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I could try and set up a good thought cast or something. We'll take the Edict. The Vampires is going to be a turn slower, but I think we can afford it. So this is artifact number 4, so we can get a thought cast next turn, depending on... Yeah, if he makes another creature, I may just have to Edict. I may just Edict anyway, but... Just don't play a Rebirth. Ugh, that's pretty bad. That makes our Edict pretty bad too. So here we can actually do both, right? But this messes up Vampires, and I want Vampires next turn. So I think I just Edict and play Backwater. And then I have a Vampires next turn, I have Metalcraft, and then we can do the card drawing and stuff later. What we need to do right now is survive stage 1 and mitigate his board position, and then we can draw cards later. There's no real benefit from drawing a bunch of cards now and then losing the game, or getting too far behind in the game with all these extra cards that we can't do anything with because of our mana restrictions. Okay, that's not the best, but for us. He bounces a land and draws a card after he does everything else, which is not correct. There's basically no way that's correct. I'm not exactly sure what he bounced, but I'm pretty sure it was a land. No, it was like a prism kind of thing. Okay, well, he's also racing against the clock. I think that's probably impacting his decision tree here, his decision making. He's going to burn that, journey it. Okay. Nothing I can do about that. We are going to draw a bunch of cards, but we are taking damage at the same time. So hopefully we can just draw well. Oh god. Oh, we need a justice now. Hopefully we can just draw well, and he makes a bunch of mistakes while we're at it. I can play Serpent, but I can also play this at the same time, so let's do that. I need some removal. Play 2 Serpents and maybe race this bad boy. I guess that'll be our attempt. Oh, I need to play a... Oh, I need an artifact, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. I see. Yeah, let's play this then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana for the Guild Gate. We can flashback Edict next turn. Let's Wellspring, play 1. Okay, so the real question is, are we potentially winning this game by playing 2 Gearseeker Serpents and bashing him for 10 every turn? Or are we potentially winning this game by flashing back Chainer's Edict next turn? Because the Guild Gate guarantees we can flashback the Chainer's Edict. No, I think it's the 2 Serpents. Then he's definitely not getting through on the ground. Yeah. It's kind of a tough call. But the only way he can win is if he beats us really... Oh, I forgot about that. That's another reason to play 2 of them this turn. So hopefully he has no other answers for this. We'll see. I mean, I do have the Reaping the Graves now, so that is going to get me back Seagate and Gearseeker, so that's kind of cool. He's going to O-ring this. Okay. Yeah, I don't love that. But we'll see what we can do. We do get the Reaping the Graves. 6 mana. He's probably going to throw a Rebirth at us or something. Then we need the Justice to like survive. We still need the Justice. So maybe we're just digging for Justice at this point. I don't think I mean this ooh, a Doomblade is good. So does Reaping the Graves do enough, or do we need to... I think we need to try and draw another removal spell. And that is not another removal spell. I am going to cast this too. We still might be toast here. Yeah, this is really bad. Like I said, I don't think this matchup's too hot for us, and it's kind of panning out that way. So basically kill the Skyfisher, hope he doesn't have 2 bolts or 2 blasts or bolt blast, and then hope we draw Evankar's Justice, and then he also needs to not have a Galvanic Blast at that point. It's not looking like he has the bolts. He may have the 1 Galvanic Blast. Ugh. So I can go for, yeah, I have to go for this, I think. And it has to produce something. Like Bleak Coven Vampires would be sick. Alright, that's not going to work. We can still find Evankar's. Maybe that saves us. I kind of have to cast this just to get the Storm. I mean, I guess I can wait till his turn. He's probably going to cast a spell if we're not just losing outright, so that's probably okay. And it does represent whatever, X number of things. Oh, this is so dicey. We're going to 1. Yeah, he's going to have Burn. How can he not have Burn? He's only played 1 Lightning Bolt. Yeesh. Okay. GG's. Well, that was kind of close. I knew it wasn't going to be a good head-to-head, and ended up being right about that. Didn't even have Metalcraft on that Galvanic Blast, by the way. Alright guys, we'll come back for another round. I may make some adjustments, I'm not positive, but I want to thank you for watching. Okay, we got another round here, and we've won another die roll, so let's play first. Just so you guys know, I made some changes off camera. I cut a Trinket Mage and a Flayer Husk for 2 Dreamstalkers. So now we're getting a little more bang for our buck with the Prophetic Prisms and stuff. Ooh, Slivers. So this should be a quick match, which I'm happy for. We're going to play the Prophetic Prism out. We may get steamrolled game 1, we'll have to see. And I just cut some of the more low impact cards for some high impact cards. Now we got a lot of removal in hand, so hopefully we can do something with it. So actually here I'm going to Edict him. Or I could bounce a land and play the Executioner's Capsule. That's actually going to be better. It's just going to get more mana out of us. So we also could have played Chainer's Edict, because Chainer's Edict's going to get a lot worse as we go. We need to hit lands. That's basically what we're hoping for. So we can block one of these. Just block here. If he plays Hive Stirrings, we're like, oh crap. So we're actually going to Chainer's Edict and play the land. Keep the targeted removal around, because I think he's leaving up Vines possibly. Alright, so that's very good for us. We actually have gummed up the ground really well. The Dreamstalker already showing some usefulness here. Yeah, he's leaving up Vines of Vastwood. And we now can play the Gearseeker Serpent, which is pretty sweet. I think we can play it and leave up the other thing. So the Executioner's Capsule. We'll just pass. So I was saying something. Did I explain the... Okay, I cut a Trinket Mage and a Flayer Husk. Our Trinket Mage package is just not so high impact that we need 3 copies. Seems like we have enough artifacts as it stands. I'm just going to use this because we need to get our mana freed up, and it's clear he's got some kind of vine, so let's just get it out of there. And now, I mean, I'd be willing to trade this for 2 guys. It's actually, yeah, it's for 2. So let's see. I mean, he may have a pump spell. Doesn't appear so. Alright, so this game has just spiraled out of control at this point. I don't think he can come back. And Dreamstalker has a lot of potential. It can bounce vampires, it can bounce oracles, it can bounce trinket mages, it can bounce mortuary mire, it can bounce prophetic prism. There's so many targets. He's going to journey the serpent or just play another guy. Yeah, that's fine because we just have vampires for days. It's going to be a long night for this guy. What did he just do? Oh, Rancor. Yeah, gladly block that. We also have the Doom Blade. I don't even know that I want to play that, but because we have Chainer's Edict, I will. Yeah, this is going very well. Our opponent's at a lower life total than us, which you wouldn't really expect. This matchup dynamics. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we can flashback Chainer's Edict next turn and get in for 5 damage, dropping him to 2. Depending if he plays a guy. I mean, if he plays a guy, he plays a guy, but he might actually be playing a third color. If he was just green-white, I don't think he'd be this trapped. On three lands, he can do a lot. So, I mean, he has a lot of castable spells. Not saying 3 lands can make him play a bunch of things in one turn, but okay. So this, wow, he didn't even play Rancor. A little confused about that. Let's go ahead and edict him this turn. He's got something in the woodwork. He's got something planned for us. So I don't know if it's a prismatic strands. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's a flash creature. And I think I'm still gonna get in here. I don't think we're gonna be punished by that. So he had a quick sliver. And now he has nothing to protect his guys. So this is really interesting because I actually make all 3 plays. Yes, I can. So I'll go ahead and do this one first because if I find a removal spell, we're pretty good. But so I'll go for the Doom Blade. And now he has to block the vampires, which drops him to 2 and basically puts him dead because I'm also going to play the serpent. So this game is pretty over. And we have a decent chance of getting steamrolled next game, but we'll see. Yeah, this is over. So, that went extraordinarily well for us. I was extremely surprised. So let's take out stuff that's not really going to impact the board. So Duress, Nihil Spellbomb, immediately Reaping the Graves is just not gonna come into play for so long that we just really don't want it around. We might not even want Thoughtcast. We just want to kill his slivers, play creatures to block his slivers, and then keep doing that. Strivel's not amazing, but I think we probably still run it. I think we also run Spreading Seas, just to have something that's faster than Thoughtcast. And we'll play 1 copy of Thoughtcast. And I think that's what we want to do. Yeah, this looks pretty good. A lot of early interaction, some sweepers in there. Seems good. I mean, Spellbomb would stop a Rancor, and it's possible he sideboards into Young Wolf, which is not outside the realm of possibility. So Nihil Spellbomb might still be something we want to play. And yeah, we have a keepable hand. So on the draw, it's still a little ragged. I mean, there's just still the possibility of getting run over, but he did mulligan, so that's helpful. I want to see if he put a card on bottom. I'm not sure what I drew. I drew a Disfigure, which may end up being null and void in a second. Not quite yet. So that's a lot of cards. Ooh, Shrivel almost wrecks his whole team, but not quite yet. I have to kill the Plated Sliver first. So I'll do that while he's tapped out. And I'll risk getting my Seed of the Synod destroyed. Okay, Sliver no longer does what I want it to. Yeah, see, we're getting stomped here, but he is only on 1 card now. So there is a chance here. Flanking doesn't doesn't even make the Seagate Oracle very good. I think I have to Chainer's Edict. Yeah, I think we're kind of just trying to get to vampires and not die. So hopefully he gets rid of the flanking sliver, but he might get rid of the poison one. He does get rid of the flanking sliver, so that gives me a chance with the Seagate to at least make a block. Oh god. We're at 7 poison. I don't even think we can survive now. Yeah, he just nut drew us. I mean, it's not even so much a nut draw. So now I have to draw a 1 mana removal spell, and he has to have nothing. So let's try that. Tragic Slip is not going to do it, but let's see. Tragic Slip does what? We still take the poison damage, so I'm pretty sure we're dead here. So if he just attacks, I'll concede. Because they both have poisonous 1. Yeah. If I could just kill the 1 sliver, that would be it, but they both are going to do too much poison. Okay, at least this match is going quick. And I think on the play we'll be much better. So I don't think I want to change any sideboarding based on what we saw. I mean, we were very close to just wrecking his whole board. He had the plated sliver, which just that one turn made the shrivel not workable. So yeah, we'll just submit like this. He just hit enough lords to really get it going. And we can keep this. Yeah, this looks much better on the play. It's very similar to what we had, but... So let's do this. And try and just make it happen. Yeah, so I'll edict that. Well, I'll play Seagate Oracle, then I'll play Ichor Wellspring, and then hopefully I'll get a source for Bleak Coven. Yeah, so this, see how this like kind of slows him down? I am going to play Seagate Oracle first. Try and find a removal spell for that guy. Now, he could just have Lords and Lords. Can I play this? It's going to be 3 artifacts. It's going to be 4 artifacts. Yeah, I can play that. Yeah, so let's do that. So next turn I'm going to Wellspring and Dreamstalker, actually. So I can try and block. The Seagate Oracle isn't really blocking anything at the moment. I think I'll take it anyway, because if I can kill 1 Lord, he can start to block. Now that we've found the Mortuary Mire, I think I'm going to block. There's a Disfigure too, but it's a little too late at this point. So we'll just play the Dreamstalker. Next turn I can Wellspring, Thoughtcast for 1, and leave the Disfigure up, and play the Mortuary Mire to get this guy back. Which might not even be that good. Okay, so double block doesn't help me. So this either way saves. This saves the most damage here, right? Assuming he does not have vines, so I take 2 damage. Seems okay. Oh no! Oh, that was really bad for us. So I can get Dreamstalker back, and then draw it. I guess I'll do that. And we have Metalcraft, so we really just need to survive 1 more turn. And we'll just bounce the Wellspring. Like I said, we have Metalcraft. So I think his board is like small enough for us to benefit here. Ooh. God. It ain't that small anymore, is it? Yeah, we'll go to 10. No! Jeez. Seriously? Well, there's not much I can do about that. So, we have Metalcraft. He's hellbent, but it's going to be real hard to do anything here. I think I am going to bounce the Mire because we're going to end up blocking with the vampires. Hopefully a guy dies. So do I save any damage? I only save 3 damage by blocking the Trampler. I've doubled his figure now, which actually works for me. So I can go Wellspring. Sorry, I can go Mortuary Mire, Wellspring, Thoughtcast, leave up double this figure. Do I live? I live if he doesn't have Vines of Vastwood. So maybe I should not have played that first. I may have just made a critical mistake. It's possible. It's possible. So, yeah, I have to wait till he draws, because otherwise he can just Rancor up the other guy. So he does have a chance to hit me with Vines or something. I'm going to go to 1 here. Unless he has a Lord, I lose. He has a Pump Spell, I lose. So, and he has a Lord. Oh my goodness. Did I make a mistake somewhere in there? Because it feels like I did. You know what? We lose no matter what we do, so let's just chill. We lost. Okay, this was so close. I thought we had it. We didn't. Okay, we're going to go to the next round. Thanks, guys. Yikes. Okay, we've won another die roll. It's about the only thing we've won so far. But we're going to keep this hand. It might be good against a creature deck, and hopefully that's what the opponent's playing. We'll lead with Executioner's Capsule. The capsule of choice for executioners all across the plane. Uh-oh, Tron is going to probably wreck us. So do we want to play Aqueduct here or Guild's Gate? I think we'll play Aqueduct here. It does make it possible for us to potentially play a 3-drop next turn if we draw one. So that seems like a good idea. And our opponent is again going to wreck the heck out of us. Especially when they have 2/3 of Tron already online. I mean, there's a chance we can do something here. So there's one of the newer additions there, the Dreamstalker. You know, I'm just going to play it, actually. We need to get some pressure down. I'm going to actually bounce the capsule. And we need to be doing something to at least get some damage across to the opponent. And if he's just red removal, he will have a difficult time dealing with this. But he's also got the world famous turn 3 Tron, so that is going to be just a nightmare for us. Looks like a Seagate Oracle, so we're probably going to end up casting Wellspring and Chainer's Edict next turn, and just getting in for 2. Yeah, that looks like what we're doing. And with any luck, we'll have an untapped artifact land for our turn 5, and we can get Metalcraft, Bleak Coven Vampires going. He does know about Vault of Whispers. And it gets us closer to Metalcraft, even though we don't get 5 mana guaranteed for this. We won't have Metalcraft guaranteed the other way around. So I think I want to use Edict. The Capsule and the Doomblade are instant speed ways to deal with something, so they have a little more usefulness. And when he starts making new creatures, the Edict is going to get worse. So we're going to run it this way and kind of hope for the best. We're very far behind just in terms of his ability to do awesome things with his mana, and he's going to just create a better board than us very quickly. Yep, another Oracle. Yep, this is really, really bad. So we can set up for vampires, but we're just going to be behind pretty much the whole way through here. There's another artifact, so I'm just going to slam the vampires. And we'll try and make something happen next turn with a bunch of removal spells on his guys. Okay, we got the Metalcraft. I didn't screw that part up. So let's see what happens. So we can attack into both of these if we basically leave up Doomblade or do the capsule thing. He's going to attack us, so he doesn't seem like he cares. I guess he's just going to burn it, which seems like a good play on his part. Or not. So he could have Ghostly Flicker here. I'm gonna attack with both. If he has Ghostly Flicker, I'll use a Doomblade to kill the Mole Drifter. Nope. Okay, well, it looks like he's leaving up counter magic. Oh. Now he's gonna use Ghostly Flicker. He's gonna bolt that. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. Now he's gonna capsize. Okay. Nothing I can do about that either. So I'll just slam down another one of these guys because it looks like it'll resolve. And we'll try again, but we are just so far behind here. It's really a matter of scale and size. So Bleak Coven Vampires goes bigger than fast aggro. If you can survive to that turn 5 and have your Metalcraft, a 4/3 is going to be bigger than a 2/2 or a 2/3 or whatever. And then the Life Swing is going to offset their early plays. Whereas tapping 3 mana to make Mole Drifters and now having this loop with Mnemonic Wall is just real bad for us. He took the Bolt instead of the Pulse, so at least can kill some of that stuff and hope that he does not have another Pulse. But it doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. Well, actually now I can get a Nihil Spellbomb, and that would turn off the thing, the future pulses. So I guess we'll just do that. I mean, if we can get a Reaping the Graves before he Rolling Thunders us into oblivion, then maybe we can do something. Yeah, I'll wait to kill anything. I think I'll probably kill the Mole Drifter. I just hope he does not have a Pulse. Do I just want to kill the Mole Drifter now? Yeah, I think so. We don't want to keep taking damage in the air. I've noticed over the course of these games that we're a little oh man, he does have Flicker. What is this? Oh wow. Wow, I got wrecked by a 3-mana Force Spike. You don't see that happen very often. Jeez. What the hell? Okay, so yeah, we're weak to flyers. We need to adjust that with our deck. I mean, we logically could just concede the game here, but I'll keep playing. Why not? Yep. Dead. Well, not dead, but 2 life down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I could tap out for Chainer's Edict. Probably not the best idea. I'm just going to kill both Mole Drifters while I still can. I'll just do it now. I'm really not giving a hoot about trying to do things on his turn. So at least we're not getting pummeled by Mole Drifters. And he won't be able to pulse them because we have Nihil Spellbomb in play. Yep, goodbye. And we're safe on the ground, so at least we've grinded things to a temporary standstill. It's just got another one. Okay. Well, yeah, he's seeing so many more cards. Multiple Sea Gates, multiple Mole Drifters, all 4 Prisms. There's just the disparity is wholly apparent at this point. I guess I'll go for a double block. If he wants to bolt my guy, so be it. Okay, I guess he doesn't. Flame slash it. Yes. Well, reaping the graves eventually might be kind of good. I'm going to sip some water. Okay, let's start drawing cards. We probably just want to use our colorless land there. We get saved by drawing a prophetic prism. I mean, maybe some thought cast will do us some good. What do I want to bounce here? I guess just another prism. Or a wellspring or something. Oh, and he's got a counter. Okay. Dreamstalker has been prohibited. Yeah, this really can't go well for us. I'll just take the block again. So he has 6, 8, 11, 12 he can Rolling Thunder for. No, sorry, 6, 10, 13, 14 he can Rolling Thunder for. Yep, such velocity in the deck. I mean, it's very powerful. He's got the Ponders, to the Prisms, to the Oracles, to the Muldrifters. That is some savagery. So I'm going to do this correctly this time. I don't think I'm going to show him Gearseeker Serpent if I draw it. Well, I guess it is one way maybe we get out of this, but I think I'm just going to concede. I don't think we're getting out of this. So I'm not going to put you or myself through Fire Knight 007's torment. Okay, so disfigures for the most part aren't my favorite thing, even though they kill Muldrifters. They kill absolutely nothing else. Duress, actually, I'm not even sure if we want that. I think we want Geist, just to be resilient to removal, block Muldrifters. I think we want Spreading Seas to at least slow them down a little bit. And then a second Reaping and a second Spellbomb are the other things I'd be interested in. But we really need to pressure him, so I mean, maybe we cut some Oracles or something, but that would be cutting a bit of our pressure. I think we just are going to try it like this. Maybe I can cut a land. I feel like I've been flooded for a lot of these games. So we can mess around with cutting a land. It would be cutting an artifact, but don't think I care so much. And I guess I'll just bring in another Spellbomb. Keep him from pulsing successfully. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's good, maybe it isn't, but it's going to be a tough sell beating this deck. And I suppose we'll keep. Do need another land, and since we cut one at this point, things might be a little weird. So let's see what happens here. Yes, okay, well, Prism I like to see, so even if we do miss on the land, we get an additional try at it. This hand is fairly stacked, so we just need to hit the lands on time. We might be okay. If he doesn't hit Tron incredibly quickly, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot. Ooh, and that's a good one too. Alright, just give me the land, baby. Now I feel like an idiot for cutting the land. Okay, well, at least he didn't get on the board.
And he has to discard. That's good. Into the Royal. Oh no. Look what I've done. The one time I don't flood, and this is the result. Okay, so we have Stormbound Geist next turn, or we actually have Gearseeker Serpent. I'm not sure. We have 4 artifacts in play, so yeah, we could tap out for that. He's actually just looking to counter us, I believe. So, I mean, he's going to do that 3 mana counter me thing. I think I'll just go for the Trinket Mage and try and get a land, but he's going to counter it and draw a card. Oh, it worked. Okay. I'll get another blue. And I'll try for the Spell Bomb, not positive it's going to work. It worked. Alright, so I have no idea what's in his hand. Okay, he's got bolts. If he taps out next turn, we might be in good shape. Or maybe, I guess he just didn't care. Not positive, but we're just going to keep on trucking. I'm actually going to go for the Geist here. Let's see if he counters it. Yeah, he's going to counter it. Prohibit. Counterspell. Okay, so we'll play another one of these bad boys. We just have to try and keep pushing the action, so if he taps out here, we at least get Gearseeker Serpent, and that might be worth something. It might be worth something. And we are going to end up playing the Aqueducts. And bouncing an untapped land. We'll bounce the one that he can blow up with Artifact Hate. And now we might be onto something, though he may just have double bolt. We don't know. He does not yet have Tron. But he has another Muldrifter. Okay, so he's tapping out, and we're going to hit him with Vamps. 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 6 mana. So I'm not too mad about that. Just gonna chump block. Okay. I'm wondering, should I pop one of the bombs, but I think we'll just use them. I'm not sure why he auto-chumped when he was so willing to attack. With the other Muldrifter, I don't know. Okay, now he has Tron. He has 7 cards. So things are a little dangerous here. He's just going to double bolt this thing. Okay. Or bolt Flame Slash. Okay. He's also going to try and pulse. Oh. Seagate. Sure. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to target so that he can't possibly put anything else into the graveyard. Now I'm going to nuke his graveyard and draw a card. And we find a Trinket Mage, which actually doesn't really get anything. Still attacking, okay. So now I'm going to attack him. Should I thought cast first? Yeah, I guess that's fine. Alright, I'm going to attack him. I'm going to thin out a land from my deck before using Seagate Oracle. Plus it lets me do all of this. Make all of this possible. I'll take a Vault because it's the last 4 of. It's a card that's the land that's most likely to be drawn, or would most likely be on the top of our deck from Seagate. And we'll take Chainer's Edict over a tapped land at this point. So we still have a board position, but it's getting to a point where he can, Rolling Thunder us. We're really going to need some Reaping the Graves type action. Doesn't shuffle. Okay. So now he could have double pulse here. And if he does, there's not much we can do about it. Yeah, he actually has double pulse here. So, do I let this resolve and then blow up the graveyard when he casts Wall the second time? That's the real question. Yeah, I guess we just blow it up now. It's gonna suck. There's nothing we can do about this. Maybe he just has another wall. There's nothing we can do about this, regardless of what he has. I guess he didn't have any of that. Kind of strange. So I have 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So I can do this. Yeah, let's Edict him right here. And then we'll go in with... Well, we can do this a couple different ways. I think we just want to wipe his board out. Oh, he's going to counter it. Condescend? Okay. So he put one on top. I'm going to just cast another one. I don't think he has any graveyard hate for us. Yeah. I'm just going to kill his board so I can try and get in for damage. I'm not going to add the Seagate Oracle to the mix. He can counter the Prism if he wants to. He's down to 2 cards, which maybe we can really hurt him. But, if he finds Pulse, we're also pretty in trouble. But his wall's not in there, so that's at least something. This looks like Fangren Marauder? Nope, another Mole Drifter. Okay, well I can handle that. No, Capsize. Blue, yeah, it's Capsize. Okay, just gonna capsize my board a bit. Well, I have no more Duresses, so we're basically racing against his Capsize. He seems pretty bold. He seems emboldened to want to cast it. But will it be fast enough? I'm not really sure. He's giving us added value out of all this. And we have another Vamps that actually knocks him down to 3. So that's going to be tough. Can he get both Vamps and enough lands to stop another Vamps? Probably not, so... We might have him here. He can bounce both Vamps. Maybe he does have enough mana. I think he can capsize like 1 billion times. I think he has enough mana to stop both Vamps and... Oh, guess not. So he could have cast Capsize once, twice, 3 times. Yeah, I guess we had him. So we could just replay it. Okay, we actually got the game. That's cool. Do we want to play another Reaping the Graves over something? Maybe over 1 Wellspring, so we would have 12, 19, 20, 21, 22 artifacts. Yeah, okay. I'm into it. Duress also hits the Capsize, which might be good. Yeah, we really can't beat that Capsize. So I'll give us a Duress, give us one chance to stop it. The Spell Bombs kind of did the disruption we needed them to. And here we have a Spreading Seas, so... And, I mean, that's not the only reason I'm keeping this hand. We obviously have our mana and everything, but see if the Spreading Seas can actually do something. If not, we can just Aqueduct or play Prophetic Prism. Okay, so we will Spreading Seas that. Maybe it's a little early, but seems reasonable. Maybe I should have gone for Oracle first, but definitely debatable. That's a good one, but I'll go with the Prism here. Looks like maybe he's going to try and counter it. I would love for him to waste a counter on that thing. So we're bouncing the untapped land. Oh, I have to discard! Oh my lord. Did not realize that. So I can actually cast Thoughtcast next turn, but I'm probably doing oracles and stuff. We've got a lot of stuff to do for a while, so I'll put the Thoughtcast away. We've got Seagate oracles and all kinds of stuff. Alright, so we actually saved ourselves from a turn 4 Tron. He's just going to evoke. Alright, so we have carte blanche here. 2 artifacts, and that makes this cost... I don't even know that I need to play that land first. That thing costs 5 right now. It's going to cost a lot less in a second. I'll actually take the Dreamstalker here. We have oracles, and Dreamstalker can make things like vampires better. And hopefully we get a vampires next turn, but if not, we can go oracle, Dreamstalker, or something. Okay, and if he taps out, even better. Okay, cool. So we're going to tap out Wars. Might actually be better for us to play Serpent. We have 3 artifacts, makes this cost 4. It's going to get cheaper and cheaper as we go, so I think the best use of our mana is to play Vamps, and we have 4 artifacts in play. I'm actually going to make the attack first. It's probably not going to work, but you never know. You never know in this day and age. Here we go. Cool. And time to vamp some. We can even bounce the vamps with Stalker. That might be good. And we do have Spellbomb in play, so that could be useful. And that Spreading Seas kind of saved our butt. Really slowing him down. Okay. So that resolves. He's going to start attacking again. He's been very liberal with his attacking. So I'm just going to immediately, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I have so many. I'm just going to immediately go for this guy, see if he wants to counter it, because then we can get a Gearseeker up in there. He does not want to counter it. Let's see if he wants to counter this. Okay, that he's going to counter. So I'm going to bounce my Prophetic Prism. And now we actually have attacks, which is good. We can hopefully force some Gearseekers in there. But we'll see. We'll start with the attacks. Ooh, we have 2 Gearseekers to play. So that might be nice. Alright, we'll start here. Again, we have 2 Gearseekers to play. So hoping one will get through. And if 2 get through, we might just win the game. Yeah, looks like he's ready to counter. Well, I'm trying both. And Pyroblast. Okay. So, whoa. He blew up the spreading seas. Why not just Pyroblast the Serpent? That was kind of weird. Okay, so I'm going to play the untapped land so he can't condescend the next one for 1. Bottom, bottom. Well, that's kind of good. Maybe he's flooded here. Cool, and that resolves. I'm not too mad about 1 Gearseeker, but we'll see if it's good enough. He does have Tron, so that's a huge problem. Is that it? Oh, what is this? Capsize. Okay. That's a bit of a problem. But right now he doesn't quite have the mana to maintain that so much. Ooh, Stormbound Geist as well. Alright, so things are getting a little rough for him because we might be able to overwhelm his lack of blue. He can't do anything here, so I think we're safe. Let's see if I'm correct. Okay, so he has Capsize, and what else does he really have? I don't know. He's going Seagate. He's going Capsize. Oh, he's going Muldrifter. And he's going Prophetic Prism. I can still make the Gearseeker unblockable. And I can... Oh, he's got Capsize still. Jeez! Can I get a Duress? Can I get the Duress? I guess not. So he could have waited to see if he was gonna force me to make something silly happen. So I can actually kill both Muldrifters if I attack in the air. So I think I'll do that. Seems worth it, somewhat. Okay, he's just gonna take that. Okay. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. And I can Tragic Slip my own guy at some point if something dies to get the Capsize to stop. to just make it stop. He's pretty flooded as well. He's just going to start capsizing. That's what it's looking like. Nope, this looks like... Oh. But he can capsize his own Chronarch. We still got to just do this. I mean... What I would love here is to draw Reaping the Graves off of my... cantrip here. So he can capsize his Chronarch, which is going to be weird. This actually doesn't do anything though. Unless he flickers. He just has the capsize. There's really no reason to do that now. As far as I can tell, absolutely no reason to do that now. Okay. Thoughtcast. Alright, so that could get some damage done. So because he's not targeting the Chronarch, we do have a chance to hit the Duress, and that will put him in a world of hell. We can also try and Tragic Slip the other Chronarch. We have a Trinket Mage, which gets us another Spell Bomb. I think I have the mana to basically do everything, so I'm going to Thought Cast again. Ooh, that's pretty good too. So we can get another Spell Bomb. What can I do this turn? Vamps is only okay. I want to kill the Chronarch and get another Spell Bomb. And I think I'll just play the Serpent too. Okay, so I can't kill the Chronarch, but I still can get a Spell Bomb. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we'll just do that. That's the safe play here, because Pulse or something could really hurt us. Or Mnemonic Wall. So I'll get a second Spell Bomb. Play it. Play Serpent. Play Guild. Oh, what? Okay. Well, that sucks. That was his second to last card. Alright, so he only has Capsize, but he can Capsize a lot, and he can get Prohibit. But Duress still might be able to help us. I said might be able to help us. Now he has 3 cards. One was a land, but lands equal Capsizes. And yeah. So you can Capsize twice. Sure. I mean, we're in danger now because even if we duress the Capsize, he can find a Mnemonic Wall at some point. Okay, we're racing. Interesting choice. Okay, so I am going to play this thing. Let's see. Let's just figure out how much mana I have. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do it. So maybe we can outmuscle him. I'm really not sure. We can still leave up that Tragic Slip. Plus, this is draining a lot of his time, so we're only ahead by a minute, but I'm going to try and make it go faster. Just spamming F4. Spam F4 on his turn. Okay. So now I can Tragic Slip whatever he targets with Capsize. And that will ostensibly kill the Capsize. Mnemonic Wall. This really sucks unless he's getting the Flame Slash. If he gets Prohibit, okay, so we actually can kill the Capsize now, depending what he wants to do. And if it means killing my own Gearseeker, I will definitely do it. So he should have gotten the Prohibit, in my opinion. So at least we kill the Capsize for now. Even though we're 2 for 1-ing ourselves, in the long run I think it's going to be useful. So now he just has a Flame Slash. So, I mean, the game is really kind of weird now. It could be stalled out for quite some time. And of course he has these amazing top decks he can rock with. Even though he does have the Flame Slash, I think it's probably in our best interest to just trade it for a Mole Drifter and the Flame Slash. So, yeah, this is getting super awkward. He didn't even use it. Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, his top decks are just better. He's got Rolling Thunder. He's got another Mnemonic Wall, which both of those basically end the game here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, we'll just Edict him once. And, basically kill a Seagate Oracle, I guess. And we'll play a Stormbound Geist. Mnemonic Wall. Yeah, Pulse is an insane draw for him. I'll just F6 every time. Okay, he whiffed. So that's at least good. I'll block a Mole Drifter if he sends it in. I'll also attack him with a Geist if he... So I actually, do I have any other attacks? I might have some other attacks here, and I may just want to press him. Because, he's low on life, and we're really like running out of time to do anything. So he's gonna, yeah. So he doesn't have any insane blocks. I think I'll just go with everybody. He can kill the Seagate Oracle with a double block. Everything else is basically a trade. He can kill a Dreamstalker with a triple block. We need to force some damage through, so yeah, that's fine with me. So we force 2 damage through and kill the guy. If we draw another Chainer's Edict and he whiffs one more time, we basically have him down to one draw to do anything. We also have him dead to Bleak Coven. We didn't draw it. So now I think we attack again. Get him in Bleak Coven range. We don't know what's in his hand. Hopefully it's just a land, but yeah, he's got the double block again. I'm just trying to get him in range of anything, absolutely anything at the moment. So, Reaping the Graves. Shoot, I think that's going to end the game. I think that Ponder's going to do it. All he has to do is literally find... he chose the Shuffle, though. He just needs to find the Pulse, and the game's over. Oh, we might have this fool. I don't think he has anything, so I'm going to hold the Duress. I think I just attack with Geist. He has to block. And he may be dead here. This is just super close. Now he found it. Game's over. The game was going to be over either way. He had so many live draws. Ooh. He could still whiff, but it's very... I don't know. It's just highly unlikely. He could also still time out. I'm just going to have 6. He's got a burn spell. Ooh. Okay, so that saved him. So Reaping the Graves... Whoa, what? Oh, he's condescending his own Pyroblast. That's an interesting play. So I have some live draws here. He topped both, so I think we're finished. Chainer's doesn't kill him. Spreading Seas might. He only has 1 Urza's Tower. That's kind of cool. Get me something. Reaping. Coven. Another draw. Oh, shoot. Alright, we're done. We whiffed. We flooded too many times. I mean, even Pulse is... I mean, Pulse is just a win. There's no doubt about it. Deep analysis. F6. He drew 2 cards. He can't flash it back. He has 1 card in hand. And it's a Pulse. Gotta be. Yep. GG. This is going to be real bad. Well, we had a shot, but... So, is he going to get back Capsize? If he does so, he's going to get back Pulse. That's kind of okay. It doesn't put him closer to winning, really. If he had gotten back Capsize, he might have been better off. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just trying to go for a quicker victory. I don't think I need to Duress right now. Oh, he has Pulse in hand, right? So I can just Duress the Pulse. Okay. And now we got him down to 4, so we might not be dead here. He can't cast Pulse. Yeah, kill it. Okay, this might work. 2, 3, 4, 5. So now he could whiff again, or he could Deep Analysis and go to 1. Wow, this game is so crazy. And he's at 4. I'm at 28. He's pretty far off from getting a victory, but he could Deep Analysis again. He did whiff. No, he didn't whiff. Haunted Pentagraph is not a whiff. Seagate Oracle is our best case scenario, but still a good draw for him. He played the land, so even if it's a Tron piece, he can't do anything. He's still dead to a Bleak Coven. He's going to 1. I don't think I can kill him. Kill him from 1, really. I guess we'll play this. He could certainly have a counter, but we have to try. This puts him on 1 turn because I can make it unblockable. So he has to counter it. Condescend I can pay for, and it looks like it's a Condescend. Wow, that Spreading Seas is like such an MVP right now. But he's using that obviously to scry to find an answer. Bottom. Top. So he actually has an answer to this. Yikes. Well, isn't that sad? No attacks from me. Reaping the Graves could get him. So it's a Tron piece and he has Rolling Thunder here? No. He topped to the Tron piece? Is that what he did? It's hard to say. He's got all the Seagate Oracles in the world. Let's see. This is really crazy. He has to kill Gearseeker or he loses. I can make it unblockable. Does he have an answer? Doesn't shuffle, so he's got like another mnemonic wall or something. Because his answer is basically Capsize. Or it could be Pyroblast. He didn't shuffle. We've seen 2 Pyroblasts from him. He's also very far away from... Maybe it's a Rolling Thunder and he's counting. Yeah, that could beat us in 2 minutes. He found exactly what he needed to beat us in 2 minutes. Yeah, he's counting his mana right now. 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he can kill my whole board, which is 8. He can kill my whole board for 14. Or... Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that must be what he's doing. I can't imagine him doing anything else right now, especially for that much time. He kills my whole board, and I take 4 damage here. I don't even know if he can get the attack off. Yeah, he's doing it. Gosh, this is so... This game is kind of crazy, and it doesn't look like we're going to win, though we could find Reaping the Graves, and we could find a Vampires. Oh, he only kills part of my board. I get to block. So he may time out also. Or we could just end it with a Bleak Coven and leave nothing to debate. So let's just find a Bleak Coven or a Reaping the Graves. That would be sweet. Executioner's Capsule. It doesn't do a whole bunch. Okay. We're actually kind of in trouble here. Wow, he has another Mole Drifter? Destroy. Yes. Okay, I'm going to destroy his thing. He's still only at 1. It would be kind of psycho if he can kill us at 1. 1 life with like only a minute on the clock. He has to attack me like 7 times though. And of course he's going to be able to. I'm going to F6. He's now at 2, but the difference between 2 and 1 doesn't really matter. Wow. This is so sad. Give me something here. Something to believe in. Come on, guys. What the hell? I can't believe this, guys. We're going to just flood for the rest. Oh, that's not flooding. He could have a counterspell, though. Ooh, he doesn't have a counterspell. I'll take the draw. Come on. I think he's F6'd. He really needs the time. Oh, he's got a counter? Bolting me. Okay. Wow, he actually has the kill if I whiff. Ah! He got me, guys. This sucks. This absolutely sucks. Well, that's a real depressing loss, and the last match was a real depressing loss too. Oh man, good for him though. Well played. I was gonna try and draw some extra cards to see what we would have drawn, but we didn't get a chance to. This deck basically got wrecked the whole time, but believe it or not, I think there's definitely some potential here, which I know might sound crazy, but those last two matches were narrow losses in my opinion. I mean, this game was the narrowest loss possible. We were set to win. We had a lot of live top decks that could have outright won us the game. The opponent was close to milling out, close to timing out. And that was a Tron deck, a really powerful, resilient Tron deck, and we took them to the absolute limit. So I think the deck has some clear weaknesses to flyers at the moment. It's not resilient enough against flyers, and it's also just not. It's not at the right mix. Like, I flooded out in just about every game that I lost, or I drew more lands than I would have wanted to draw. And then also, like, the artifact counts versus what types of creatures and what types of removal we want to play, it's all out of whack right now. So I think the concept works, but the current version of it doesn't. So hopefully you guys commend me a little bit for trying out this prototype, and hopefully I can make it better. I would like to thank you very much for tuning in to this installment of